Hello and welcome to another episode of Nedbank Pitch Polish 2026 with me, Ntshudisane. You know, one of the interesting things about this competition is that entrepreneurs often walk into the pitching arena thinking the judges are only evaluating the business idea, but very quickly they realize the judges are also evaluating them. Can you think clearly under pressure? Can you answer tough questions? Can you explain your business in a way that actually makes people believe in it? Because sometimes a brilliant business can be hurt by a weak pitch. And sometimes confidence can make an ordinary idea sound far more impressive than it really is. And remember, the judges are thinking like investors. Would they feel comfortable investing 650,000 Rand of their own money into this entrepreneur? Because that's what's on the table here, along with a Raise Corp incubation program with 350,000 Rand. Together, that's a life-changing prize package with a cool $1 million. Something that could completely change the future of an entrepreneur's business. Tonight, the Blue Group enters the competition, but before we find out what the judges make of their businesses and the entrepreneurs themselves, let's do a quick recap of where we are. So far, Heinrich and Zanele from the Red Group and Thabo and Nadine from the Green Group have secured their places in round 2. But the Blue Group spots are still completely open, and tonight's entrepreneurs know that there's a lot riding on these pitches. Because although there's no elimination tonight, the judges will be watching very closely ahead of next week's Blue Group showdown. And that's one of the reasons initiatives like Nedbank Pitch Polish continue to matter. Through the support of our sponsors, Nedbank and Umgeni Utugela Water, entrepreneurs get the opportunity to test not only their business ideas, but also themselves under real pressure. Because sometimes one tough question or one difficult piece of feedback can completely change the way an entrepreneur thinks about their business. Now on to the pitches. And AI is one of the topics that gets people excited and nervous. And first up tonight is Joshua Stapleton from KwaZulu-Natal, founder of AI startup Isometry. Will Joshua be able to convince the judges that his software is the next big thing, or will they see it as just another tech trend wrapped up in clever marketing? Let's see what the judges make of it.
Hi there, Joshua. You're the first today in the Blue Group.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, you prepared?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, you know you got 90 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pitch and polish.
Good morning, judges. A quality e-commerce photo shoot for a large retailer cost them anywhere from 100,000 Rand to north of 500,000 Rand for just a few hundred products. They do this 10 plus times per year. My name is Joshua Stapleton, and I am the founder of Isometry. Our flagship AI studio platform allows retailers to upload their specific products and design campaign-ready images and video in minutes for up to 10 times cheaper. We are live with a major South African retailer handling 340 of their products per month. We just hit 2.5 million Rand ARR, of which 93% of that is gross margin and 65% is net margin. We have completed trials with 2 large local and 1 major international retailer and have 4 more retailers live currently in the pipeline. As you can see, the problem here is not demand, it is capacity. Isometry is still just me and a few key partners. Should I win the 650,000, I'd like to allocate 75K for AI agents to do engineering and quality assurance on the platform and spend the rest on establishing a presence in a denser talent hub like Cape Town. The real value of this competition, however, is the incubation and mentorship I would receive should I win. We are proven, profitable, and ready to turn an innovative AI product into a scalable AI business. Thank you.
Thanks, Joshua. And in time. Right.
By 1 second.
By 1 second. Great. All right, let's start with you, seeing as that you seem to be frequenting all the retailers.
Leading for Deep Green, I frequent the small businesses. Welcome, Joshua.
Thank you.
I'd like to understand, how do you keep the products and the services unique to each retailer if it's AI-generated imagery?
So we've worked really hard with the retailers to allow them to upload their brand-specific presets to the platform. This isn't something that is unparameterized. You're just coming in and you're describing, I want this imagery. You are uploading specific campaign-level images. So, 5 different angles of a new shoe in your particular line that will then be uploaded to the platform, and we ground all generations in that particular asset.
And what's the barrier to entry?
I'm really glad you asked that question. So software is obviously being commoditized. Anyone can vibe code an AI platform these days on ChatGPT. We strongly differentiate ourselves in that data moat. So as retailers continue to use the platform, they are going to be adding more of their data. We can curate their brand DNA and apply that to the generations. We also have strong cybersecurity guarantees, which doesn't come out of the box with an app vibe coded on ChatGPT. And we have POPIA compliant data hosting in South Africa, which you also can't get that easily.
And besides the cost, why did you get into it as a professional photographer?
I'm also glad you asked that question. I'm really passionate about the impact of AI on businesses and individuals in the country. Maybe to evidence that, I sit on the board of a new school, which is going up in KZN. So I'm really passionate about how AI is going to transform the world. And I always joke that I would do this even if I wasn't being paid. Like, I talk about AI all day long in my job, and then I go home and talk about AI at home with friends anyway. So I love it. I think it's going to change the world.
Thank you.
Great. Selma?
The margins are lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
So which means if I were a business person out there, and with the advancements in AI where people are just able to create apps and all of those other things, I know my colleague touched on how you can award of competition, but I just need to try and understand how, if you're a business, probably someone would want to take you over, but I'm just talking competition here because, with gross profits of gross margins of around 90% and net of 65%, everyone's going to want in.
Yeah.
So how are you going to keep them off?
So to our knowledge, we are first to market in South Africa and potentially globally. No one is creating a scalable AI platform like we've created. You can create images on ChatGPT or something like that, but it doesn't have the enterprise scale to produce hundreds per month with the cybersecurity, with everything like that. So we have that first mover advantage. And we also believe in not fixing the product as it is currently. And that's why I asked for the 75K for AI agents. We want to continually be innovating on the platform, improving the platform, so that even if someone can catch up to us as we are now, we will be 5 steps ahead of them by the time that they do.
Is there part of your business that, or part of that chain that is patentable, if there's such a word?
Patentable.
Patentable.
Oh, patentable. So the software itself, I would consider a patent, but given that particular model that I'm speaking to, where the software isn't a fixed thing that we expect to hold constant for the next 5 years, it's going to be innovating and changing constantly. As AI gets exponentially better, we need to be plugging in those newer and newer models as they drop from OpenAI, from Google. We need to be bringing them into our platform and adapting the platform around the capabilities of AI. And that is something which is accelerating. So it's very hard to fix the product and patent it in its current form, because it will look different months from now if we are truly innovating.
Let me ask a couple. So first of all, I think you're the youngest in the competition this year. How old are you?
I'm just turned 27.
Okay. You look younger.
Someone told me I look 21 the other day. I think
Yes.
that's borderline
That's about
offensive.
where I pegged you at. It must be very good to sit in front of screens. It's good for your your youth. So you've got these clients. How did you get those clients? How are you getting clients?
Yeah, so the key partners I mentioned
Yeah.
are, in particular for this software, a
Yeah.
brand and communication agency based in KZN.
Yeah.
They have very established relationships with a number of large retailers in South Africa, but internationally as well. And so I have partnered with them for distribution, which means that our cost of marketing is actually quite cheap.
Exclusively or non-exclusively?
The partnership?
Yeah.
The partnership is exclusive.
So they're your only channel to market.
But within that channel, there's channels to, like 20 different retailers.
Okay. And just the other thing that, within the AI environment, my fellow judges here have been talking about competition, but the big competition is actually going to come from your client who's going to in-house that at some point.
Yeah.
How are you thinking about that? Because you talk about being at enterprise level. To run a smaller outfit, you don't need to be at enterprise scale.
Yeah.
So you can have a smaller set that just fits the size of the retailer.
Yeah. If I understand your question correctly, that you worried about retailers in-housing this particular capability. So developing their own AI platform to build.
Correct.
Cool. So with the retailers that we've spoken to, they haven't expressed much interest in that. They would rather go to a trusted platform that has all of these guarantees in place. It is 100% possible. Almost anything is possible in software these days. But if you look at the cost, and especially the opportunity cost to a retailer of doing that, it would take them, we estimate, like 12 months, hundreds of thousands of rand. A lot of, especially fashion retailers, don't have strong in-house tech teams, so they would have to outsource a lot of the work. We do think there is a pretty substantial barrier to in-housing.
Okay, great. Josh, thanks for your pitch. You may leave.
Thank you very much.
For me, I think I see one person being able to do these things, and I don't know if it creates employment. Probably it's minimal, but I'm not an expert in these things as well.
I'd say it destroys employment, if anything.
Yeah, and on the flip side of it, he said that's one of his challenges, his capacity. So he does need more people. As much as the tech is there, he's still acknowledging that he needs people right now. I don't think we can knock him because AI is taking over the world. AI's been around for a long, long time. It's not a one-hit wonder that's just suddenly arrived. It's been around for a long time. The fact that he's found a gap right now, right this minute, doesn't mean that it's an invalid gap because other people can close it so quickly. We were chatting earlier about how, the problem when you first to market is that you create a prototype in market that's easy for people to replicate. But that doesn't mean that you can't stay ahead of the curve all the time. Will you be chasing your tail? Yes. Will you be pouring thousands into this thing to constantly stay ahead of that curve? Yes. But hey, if it works and you've got 10 clients and people are prepared to do it and it doesn't look like it's avatar generated, make money while the sun shines.
Yeah, my view is that the competition is going to come from the big client. It's going to come internal. There's somebody's going to say, why are we paying this dude? We should build this ourselves. And as it accelerates, that has a higher probability. But doesn't mean there isn't a market below that doesn't have the financial ability to build it themselves. So that all that's going to happen is he'll move to a different market, and that'll be competitive, and the margins will drop in that market. And to your point, he's ahead of the curve. He's obviously bright. He's obviously passionate. But the thing I don't like the most about this whole thing is that exclusivity agreement. Because that to me means that he's got concentration risk. And from a value perspective, if as an investor, if you've got your business is basically determined by somebody else's business. So where's the value? If they decide that they're going to not sell this, or they decide that they've got other things more important, and they'll just put this on the side, he's got an issue. So there's a big structural risk in how he's put this together. And I understand probably at the beginning that was very enticing, but he's done a very bad deal, in my opinion, to go exclusive. That's my biggest issue.
But he's able to now have a proof of concept, right?
But
A diverse proof of concept. But I agree with you.
But
He's
he's
locked
got-
down
he's
in the
locked.
wrong place. In the
Yeah.
wrong place, yeah.
Yeah, he's locked. So unless they're investors and that there's self-interest for them, there's a problem. So that would need more investigation. But those are my issues. All right, let's get scoring.
Joshua, well done on your pitch. You kicked off the pitching contest for the Blue Group. You basically said that you breathe AI. Don't you wish that AI could have done this for you?
Not really. I think we need to maintain a little bit of human
Okay.
edge. This was fun. I really
Okay.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right. Well, in the absence of AI, you seemed very, very confident in your pitch. How would you say you did?
I think probably a little bit better than I thought. I think there's a threshold of stress, which means that, if it's too stressful, you fall apart.
Yeah.
And if it's just stressful enough, you will actually perform under pressure.
Okay, so-
I feel like I hit that threshold quite nicely.
You surpassed your own expectations.
I think so.
All
yeah.
right. Okay. Now we get to the Q&A session. Do you feel like you're satisfied with the answers that you gave? Is there anything that you wish you could have added to maybe allay some of their fears?
No, I feel like I'm pretty happy with the answers that I
Yeah.
gave. The questions were unexpected.
Yes.
I didn't prepare for any of those, but I was able to think off the cuff and I think give pretty satisfactory answers to the judges.
All right.
Yep.
How did your relationship with your guide work? Because also I know that she's the finance guru, and already your finances look really, really great. I mean, one of the judges was talking about your eye-watering margins. How did that relationship work?
That was extremely helpful. We had a session, and just in terms of reframing my thinking
Yeah.
about how, this particular business has multiple subsidiaries and how does that all work together, and the finances, it was essential, because I do a little bit of finance, but I'm not that savvy on it. So it was very, very helpful.
So very, very good pairing there. Well, thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the rest of the competition.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, Joshua certainly didn't look rattled up there now, did he? He came across confident, composed, and with just 1 second left on the clock, his timing was almost perfect too. Thank you, Joshua. Well, artificial intelligence may be changing the world, but there's still one thing every South African needs at the end of a long day: a decent night's sleep. Our next entrepreneur is Ntshudisane from Gauteng, founder of Bamboo Mattresses. Over to you, Solly.
Hi there, Sally.
How are you, sir?
Have you prepped for this pitch?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Are you ready to share it with us?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pitch and polish.
My name is Soli. I'm the co-founder of Bamboo Mattresses. I have over 10 years experience in retail. Bamboo Mattress is a growing bedding brand. We are situated in Randburg. We operate from a 440 square meter showroom where we serve our customers and dispatch our stock. In our previous financial year, we've managed to achieve 16 million in revenue with gross profit of 40%. Bamboo Mattresses bridged a gap between high-end bedding retailers and low-quality alternatives by bringing good quality beds, flexible payment methods, and a nationwide delivery. Bamboo Mattresses started in 2022 while I was still in corporate, working between corporate and working through the business. We then went through into physical store in
2024. Prior to that, we were just running an online business. Before we could went through the physical store, which is a brick.
You want to finish one sentence? Or are you happy to stop?
No, I can finish.
Okay.
The reason I'm here, I'm looking for funding to expand the business.
Okay, that's a bit too much.
Okay.
All right, stop. All right. Sorry, thanks for your pitch. Let's start with these Zama questions from you.
Bamboo as a material. Why bamboo? You said you're bridging a gap between high end, but I'm not a textiler, but I have an understanding that bamboo is more expensive than cotton. Is that true? I don't know if that is true, but why bamboo as a material?
Bamboo is a treatment that we put on a bed.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Also, you're not using bamboo as a material.
That material is, they put a chemical on the fabric, on the material.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not a specific fabric, it's a material that go into the fabric.
So explain that. So what is the fabric, and then they pour a liquid over that's got bamboo in it.
Yes.
So it's like a fake bamboo.
No, it's not a fake bamboo. They put a chemical on it to help with anti-mite dust, all the things, the mosquitoes, things that can really disturb your sleep.
What is the mattress made from? What's the material that's actually made from? Before they pour that on, what is it made from?
It's jacquard.
Jacquard.
So yeah, so you get a lot of different materials.
Okay, and what is a Sealy Posturepedic? What is that made from?
Sealy, they're all made from different fabrics. They're all made from different support, which is you get your pocket spring bed, you get a foam bed, and then you get your normal Bonnell spring bed.
So what is the equivalent made from? I'm trying to work out, to Zama's question, what's the advantage of bamboo? And we find that it's not bamboo, it's just bamboo liquid over jacquard, whatever that is.
Yes, that's true.
So it's fabric, because I'm wearing bamboo socks as we speak.
Okay.
Which is...
Maybe it's jacquard socks with bamboo liquid.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to answer? So I'm trying to work out what the advantage is of the material. That's really what we're trying to understand.
Okay. Now, to answer your question, we use a lot of materials. The only important thing is that what goes into the material, which is a bamboo chemical that helps prevent the anti-mite dust and all the things that will disturb your sleep, like mosquitoes and all of those smaller things.
Okay.
And there's no toxicity?
No, there is not.
And do you create the bamboo here, so the liquid here, or is it imported?
No, we don't manufacture. We buy directly from the factory, from suppliers.
Outside of South Africa?
No, in South Africa.
In South Africa,
Yeah.
okay.
So you're a retailer?
Yes, I'm a retailer.
So what are you going to use the money for? I'm going to give you that chance.
I'm going to open additional 3 stores in Gauteng by the end of 2026.
Okay. How long does it take to open up a store?
It takes about a month.
What is your stock you require? What's the value of the stock you require to open a store?
I'm going to need about 65,000 to 70,000 rand.
For stock?
For stock, yes.
And fit out of the store?
Fit out can take about 50,000, depending the size of the store.
Wow, that's cheap. That's inexpensive. You must come to my property.
How many units do you move a month, and what average cost price is it?
I move about 180 units a month.
And the average cost price of it?
Cost price average is about 2,400.
Okay. What's your biggest challenge at the moment in the business? Where are you stuck?
Currently, we're stuck because of the expansion. We situated in Randburg. So you get a lot of feed coming from the east of Johannesburg, from the Pretoria North, from the Vaal, even if outside the province. We get a lot of feed, but a lot of business, but the issue becomes where people are unable to get to us.
Is it individuals or is it businesses coming to you? Who's your market?
My market is lower to middle LSM.
And have you ever run more than one store before in your career?
Yes, in my career, yes. I was looking after, in my previous job, I was looking after 94 stores, but from a marketing point of view. I've never been in a physical retail environment where I look after physical stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other questions from you, Zama?
I'm good.
You're good. Thank you, Sully. Thanks for coming through. You may leave. Thanks. Right. Seeing as that you're wearing bamboo.
I think he's got a business that is doing well that he couldn't pitch here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not the right person to pitch his
Yes,
business.
yes.
But
His
he's got a-
communication
but he's got a
skills
good-
are very limited.
Yes, like he looked, I mean, I don't, you two just scared the life out of him. Like, and you smiled at the people at least. Yeah, I think he's got a good business. It's a simple business.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't knock him for the fact that we didn't know that it's liquid
Yes.
that you wearing
Yeah.
and not killing the pandas. But like, solid business. He's just not the one to be pitching it.
Yeah. I didn't hear the net margins. If you get through, then we would have to look at the net margins. What I'm concerned about is that if he goes into multiple stores, to run one store is relatively simple. To run two stores is more difficult. To run three stores from a controls perspective, stock management, staff management, all that kind of stuff just becomes hugely complex. That's where my question was going. Like, have you ever run multiple stores? Because you need the controls in place to do that.
And I was trying to ascertain the demand. So like, clearly there's demand.
Yeah. Yeah. To your point, I think it's a very simple.
40% gross profit. That's also very decent. And I think he's running a good business, but he just could, for the love of him,
Yeah.
he couldn't take it here.
Yeah. He was nervous, too nervous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there other people in this business?
I
Or
bet.
is he sole?
He said co-founder.
Okay.
He said co-founder. So, yeah, I don't know who the other founder is.
Hopefully the other founders are more of a salesperson.
Or if he was, then why isn't he or she here? Yeah. All right, let's get scoring.
Solly,
Hi.
you said something very interesting on our way here that you thought that was a flop. Do you think you slept on the job?
No, not really. I think from what I've seen, the judges was more focused on the product than the business. Yeah, I think that's where most of the time we spend most of the time trying to explain the product.
Yeah.
Not the business.
I mean, I guess for them to understand the demand aspect of the business, they need to understand the need for the product. And just explain to us in 5 seconds. I mean, you talk about this bamboo liquid that you pour onto whatever material. So you buy from the factories, right? Yes. Do you put in the bamboo liquid on the beds?
No. I buy from the factory.
Okay, so you make sure that specifically those have the bamboo liquid.
Look, we don't sell specifically bamboo mattresses that have liquid.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do have bamboo beds, which is 1 or 2 beds in our floor. But our core range is we sell your pocket, normal, funnel, and foam beds.
So do you think they got too stuck on the name?
Yes, they stuck on the name, so I think that's where most of confusion came from.
Okay, so maybe that's something that should have been cleared up. But I guess they'll only see this in a post-production. Just talk to me then about how you feel for the rest of the competition. Do you want to see the judges again? Do you think that you'll see them again?
Look, I think it's a nice experience. I've never been in this competition like this before, so I think it it also prepares for me for my next adventure in my life. So yeah, I think it was a good experience to to be part of this, and we've learned a lot through learnings and through our guides.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and that's what life is about, right? Yeah. Learning all the time.
Sure.
All right, and taking your the experiences that you have when you kind of step back and you learn from all your mistakes. Well, thank you so much for your insights, and all the best for the rest of the competition.
Thank you.
Well, that came across a little flat. I think Solly's nerves got the better of him. A business generating more than 16 million in revenue is clearly doing something right. But this highlights something really important. As an entrepreneur, your ability to sell your vision is just as important as your ability to sell your product. We'll find out what the judges thought of that pitch in next week's elimination episode. While our contestants won't be finding out who progresses just yet, you at home could still walk away a winner tonight. It's time for the Nedbank Viewer competition, where you could win a 5,000 Rand voucher to spend at the Avo Super Shop. Here's tonight's question. What color is the group that pitched tonight? What color is the group that pitched tonight? Well, to enter, send your name and the correct answer via WhatsApp to the number on your screen before midnight. If you are a lucky winner, we'll get in touch, and we'll also announce the winner on social media later this week. Next week, we'll see pictures from the last two contestants in the blue group, one working in the education sector and the other in sustainable energy. 4 very different entrepreneurs in this group, but only 2 spots available in the next round. We'll see who rises to the occasion next time on Nedbank Pitch Polish 2026. Until next week, good night.